People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down.
In the book Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer, there are many interesting characters, one being Thomas Schell. If he were listening to an iPod, what would be some songs that come up on the shuffle? Here's 6 songs and descriptions that relates to Thomas's life. In the beginning of a novel, when Thomas Schell Sr. was around 15 and living in Dresden, he fell in love with a girl named Anna. After the first time they met, all he could think about was her. He would walk to her house and wait outside searching for her. Eventually, they both realized that their feelings were mutual. Thomas once said, "She saw through me, the shell of me, into the center of me, leaving me with just a shell." She's Like the Wind by Patrick Swayze captures the essence of his burning love for Anna. Anna became pregnant and told Thomas one morning. Thomas didn't know how to react and he just went home. Unfortunately, that was the day of the attack on Dresden. When the bombs came down, he left his family behind to look for her. To his surprise, no one was in the house. Lincoln's Park, Near Divide is a song I believe Thomas would listen to be reminded of the bombings. The first verse describes his experience walking through the bombed-out city with burning flesh surrounding him. While he was trying to find his way in a place he once knew, all he could think about was Anna and his unborn child. Another song that relates to his experience when walking around Dresden during the storming is Pink Floyd's Goodbye Blue Sky in the Wall album. When Thomas would listen to this song, he would be reminded of all the faces he saw dying on the street, the cacophony sounds of bombs, and the pain he once felt. This song symbolizes his goodbye to the once happy place he grew up in. Thomas then goes to the United States to begin a new life. He soon develops asphasia. The first sign of his disease was when he was in a coffee house. And he says, "The way you just handed me that knife reminded me of..." And he couldn't say it. He wanted to say Anna, but he couldn't. It was the first word he lost. All he ever wanted to do was talk about Anna, but no one knew who she was. When he listens to Pink Floyd's Vera from the Wall album, it reminds him of Anna, the things she said, and it frustrates him that no one knew who she was. In America, Thomas was proposed to by Anna's sister. I believe he would have listened to covers of Pat Benatar's 7 Rooms of Gloom because it symbolizes his loneliness and longing for Anna. I see a house of stone, a lonely house, 'cause now you're gone. 7 rooms, that's all it is, 7 rooms of gloom. I live with emptiness, without your tenderness. Brings you back into my life and turn this darkness into light. I'm all alone in this house. Turn this house into a home. I need your touch to comfort me, your tender, tender arms that once held me. Without your love inside, this house is just a place to run and hide. 7 rooms, that's all it is. 7 rooms of gloom. I live with emptiness, without your tenderness. I need you here with me. I need you, darling, desperately. I'm all alone, alone in this house that's not a home. I miss your love I once had known. I miss your kiss that was my very, very own. In the silence that surrounds me, lonely walls they stand. 7 rooms, that all it is, 7 rooms of gloom. Upon their marriage, Anna's sister and Thomas promised that they would not have children. But one day she got pregnant. When she told Thomas, Thomas was frightened. and haunted by the fact that his child from the love of his life was dead. Hearing the news, Thomas panicked, leaving the apartment in New York to go back to Dresden. The reason for his frenzied action was not because he was a weak, insensitive man, but because Thomas did not want to bring another human into this cruel, cruel world. The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel reminds him of his journey when leaving his home in New York to go back to Dresden. It also awakens his regret for leaving his new family behind and never knowing his living son. Thanks for watching. I'm Beatrice, and I approve this
People are
message.
strange when you're a stranger, faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down.